Hey, soul survivors, we are live. Good to have you guys here. Feel free to say hi. We're just going to chit chat and we're going to talk. First thing, I'll just start the conversation off with talking about the butterflies. Have you guys ever met somebody and you get those butterflies? I still haven't moved those mattresses. I need help with that. But so a lot of times in toxic relationships, the butterflies is kind of a warning system that we signal that we overlook. And what happens is in the beginning of a relationship, it's normal to have that feeling to where you're all flustered and you get that sinking feeling and you're wondering, where is this going to go? You're excited and it feels good. You feel like they chose or could possibly choose you. But when you've been in a long-term relationship and you're still getting the butterflies, that's sometimes a red flag to where you're not settled. And good to have you here. Feel free to say hi. I see that people are joining. Hit that like button, show me some love. But it's important to realize some of these red flags that are often overlooked. Good to I see people coming back from before. Good to have you. I see the hearts and everything. Hi, Scott. And more likes can attract viewers. It says keep it up. So thank you guys. Oh, we got Victor and Joe and DJ. Lots of people sharing. Good to have you here. So if you guys have ever experienced that and it goes on for a long period of time, it's because you're unsettled and it can be overlooked. It can be exciting. You get that dopamine hit when you have that intermittent reinforcement. And that's what gets you addicted to someone. It's an unhealthy relationship. You should be settled. You should be comfortable. You should be able to rely on the person. And like I said, we're open to chat. Feel free to let me know what you guys want to chat about. We're going to be here until my hair dries. Took a shower. Super hot day today. I don't know exactly how hot it got, but probably pretty close to 100. There were some tornadoes that happened in our area. Do I have any tips on saving money? Yes, all these is great. And as far as saving money, resale shops and really thinking, do you really need that? Look into different grants for certain things that you would like to utilize, if you're going to school or house repairs, different things like that, finding the best deal. Take the time to look around. I don't know enough about investing like stocks and things like that, but cut back on things, do you need to buy the most expensive of whatever it is, whether it's bread or clothing or shoes, that sometimes we impulse buy, kind of see what is important to you, eat in a lot. I try not to eat out a lot. You try your best. You have a habit of buying food out. And I just said that. That's where 90% of my money goes. Exactly. I'm a school teacher and it just sounds like a little bit, but it's $5 for the teachers. And I just get like a slice of pizza. $5 for a piece of a regular slice of pizza is stupid. So if you can bring your lunch to work, it's also healthier to eat at home. You're going to vet school, so you need to get it together. Try to, even though you're, I'm assuming away at college, try to avoid the temptation of, buying full meals when you go out with your friends, that maybe you can, just get like, a cup of soup and eat the rest, something from home. Have I heard of Dixon Mayes? He's an advocate for women's rights. I don't know who that is. What are some things that you feel that women should have rights about? So you are welcome, Hannah. But yeah, definitely cut back on eating out. I know when I eat out, I try not to, I also count calories. So I kind of go by that, but I usually let that kind of dictate where I'm going to spend the money. Do you need the hors d'oeuvres? Do you need the side of whatever? And just keep yourself on track. It can get really tempting, especially when your friends are picking where you're going. You don't have to go out to the expensive restaurants. Maybe get something simple. It's crazy how much even Subway is costing now. It's such a bad habit. I buy more than I think I could eat, and half of it's wasted. So definitely, you got to get on a plan where you're going to start setting aside half, and that's what you have for the next day, that you don't keep opening too many things. Don't have 5 bags of chips. Finish that one chip and then bag. Even stuff like groceries, half of my stuff goes bad before it's used. Maybe you can do something, with friends. I don't know if you're going to have any roommates, but if you make a pot of spaghetti, that you guys share that for the next 2 days, and then it's their turn to cook, and you eat off of that for 2 or 3 days. So you got it. You want to try meal planning. I'm getting ready to do, I'm weeding through what to do. There's so many different recipes I want to share with you guys. But I also want to eat what I make. So I don't want to make a bunch of junk. And there's also some like really greasy, but really good looking stuff. I try not to eat that kind of stuff. So I'll try to do that. I'll try to make some on a budget type things. Definitely try to go to Aldi's if you can. Also, is good. A lot of the stuff is the exact same name brands. It's not always, but So Jose has joined us, and is it Michael Blair? Good to have you. I know who you are. I don't know how you pronounce your name though. I know exactly. I was just looking at your Facebook earlier today. So yeah, just there's always room for improvement and to stay healthy. There's definitely watch your brands. Some brands are so much more expensive, and plan ahead. Sometimes make a whole turkey and freeze some of it. My mom is here. Hi, Mom. I'm feeling better. I had a headache today. I had this weird sensation, like all like my nerves. Like I don't want to touch my skin. It feels really weird. I don't know. So I don't know. Am I sick? I haven't decided yet, but I am feeling better than I was. No appetite, sleeping, but I was also up really late yesterday. I had a live with you guys, and I did get in the lake today, so that was really nice. It was like bath water, super wonderful. But so we were talking about this new adventure in your life. That's an exciting time, and you're gonna meet a lot of new people. Is it in the same town, or is it in a different town from where you're at? And you guys can feel free to join. I'm really good at doing different conversations at one time. A lot of my stuff deals with mental health, mental illness, relationships. But yeah, ask questions. That's perfect to ask. Like, I'm going away to college. How can I save? I know my brother had a really, Mom, you're going to bed already. Oh, okay. Thanks for joining. I love you, Mom. But what was I going to say? My brother was really good. He ate a lot of like rice things. And were you asking me about the town? Yeah. Is it is it close to where you are? I know I drove to my university. I didn't want to go away. I went to my brother's. He went to U of M, and it was just too loud. And there, when your freshman year, you can't take a car with you. So I just decided I'd rather have access to the car. But I see people on my YouTube joining, and we were talking about the butterflies, though, that it is a sign that maybe you're not comfortable with everything that's going on. And Hannah says it's about 50 minutes to an hour, but I'm going to commute because dorms are way too much. So yeah, already saving money. I know I'm in Michigan as a teacher. Our area has, it's called the Bearcat Advantage, where the kids get free college, which is really nice, as long as they complete most of their schooling, if not all the schooling. And then it's like a percentage. So there are places that can, pay for your college. See if there's any grants. Take advantage of those. I would suggest going to a community college if you can. The first half of your degree, you can get undergrad, which is so much cheaper. And definitely know what you want to do if you can. I got almost double undergraduate. I spent a lot of money. I took some dance classes, language classes. I loved learning. My nursing school closed on me, so I had to repeat it. Big, long story. But I almost paid for 2 bachelors, which is extremely expensive. You talk about the books and all that. So I could have been smarter, taking dance classes locally somewhere instead of at the college. I went to private school, which was more expensive than what you're paying for college. I believe it. I went to private school when I was in 11th grade, and there was like 48 people or so in my graduating class when 11th grade would have been 12th grade. And then I went back to my major high school because instead of getting home at 4:30, waiting around for the buses, I got home at 10:30. I had to go for 2 hours. You're getting your doctorate in vet medicine. So I think I have a pretty set plan. Yeah, stick to it. I have an ex-boyfriend who ended up doing that route, and he's doing fantastic. Opened up his own practice. He had a mobile vet clinic for a while, and definitely focus on, instead of partying, that you're going to go ahead and not mess this opportunity up, because it'll pay off later. And sometimes we got to put the upfront work in. We got margarita. So yeah, you'll do good. You'll do good. That's awesome. Vets, do you have a stressful? It's one of the most stressful jobs. I think part of it is because that you can't communicate with your patients. You can't ask the dog what is wrong. And you do have to be comfortable with euthanasia, things like that. So do you want to do domestic, or are you looking at animals? So we got Jose and Dick and everybody is joining us. Paul is here. You did a lot of research on that. So sometimes, do you want to do your own practice, or you want to work for someone? And that's what's so exciting is, there's so much power that we have, that we can take some power over our lives. We're not necessarily just, victims of circumstance sometimes. And thank you guys for that love. You guys are making me happy. Also, try to pay off your student loans if you get student loans, and just live a little simple, your own. You want to eventually open a rescue and vet clinic. That would be great. That's awesome. And Orny is joining us. Good to have everybody join. I hope you guys had a great day. I can't believe how beautiful it was. Hopefully everybody stayed safe. What is up with all these tornadoes? I was watching the sky. We're out in the lake and you hear some thunder and trying to make sure, but the clouds were kind of scary. But you were lucky not to have to get loans this year. Yeah, try to avoid those. Oh my gosh, when I was in law school, my loans were ridiculous. And if you ever go to where you need to go into forbearance, definitely make sure you do it the right way so it doesn't affect your credit or your ability to take out a loan again. But it's so good having everybody here. And we're going to have a great conversation like we did last time. People really opened up, asked some questions, and I'm here for you guys to just share your stories, get some validation, to interact with each other, build this community, because, sometimes I see a lot of people that they either go to the wrong kind of therapist, where, sometimes just being heard is what we need to be understood. We start feeling so crazy, like I'm expressing myself and nobody's getting it, or they're telling me, all these things that aren't helpful. So there are different ways to handle it so you can heal quicker. But we have to start noticing that some of us have been trauma bonded. How do we break that trauma bond? How do we rewire our brain because of that intermittent reinforcement or the walking on eggshells? Hannah says, I'm going to head to bed now, but I'll join you guys back tomorrow if I'm on. Nice meeting you too. I'm Cynthia, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. I'm getting a big portion of my tree chopped down. So, and maybe I'll have a guest speaker tomorrow. Sunday, I'm supposed to have a guest speaker that will be going into the mental health of children. She works in the school with me, extremely educated woman who has a lot of insight on the trauma responses that we do. Becky is here. Becky, good to have you. Becky and I went to South Carolina. I will never forget that trip. It was an amazing trip. And Becky, I think you remember this. I'm not sure, but I had to make a decision if I was going to be in the city ice capades type thing. And I chose going to South Carolina. And I still remember I got that hurricane ring with a little shark tooth off of it. And your mom's chicken salad stuff, tuna salad, whatever the heck it was. I hate tuna, but I loved what your mom made. So good to have you guys here. And we got lots of people joining, giving that thumbs up and lots of love. But I know a lot of people are going through so many different struggles. And I see, like, Becky, I've seen all the different things that you've overcome. Also, your sister's been through a lot, and there's a lot of struggles. Sometimes it feels like life isn't fair. That trip was so fun. We had and the BC boys, we were listening. You gotta fight. Good to have you. I haven't talked to you in a long time. Isn't that sad? We have so many friends, people we truly love. And I still remember your high school yearbook. You and I went to some dance, and I'm Jessica somebody. Was it Jessica Simpson? It was Jessica with an S. Do you remember what it was? I'm in the yearbook. It's Jessica something with an S. They took a picture of me at the dance, and somehow I ended up in a high school yearbook. They didn't know who I was, so they just assigned a name. It's kind of funny. But and that's the thing. I have a lot of friends that I really should reconnect with, because a lot of times when you've been through a traumatic experience, you just remember the name. Yeah. But what was I going to say? That, sometimes we become isolated. Now, I did move across state from like my core friends over there. But, looking back, it's kind of sad the people we drift away from, because I never had a bad time with you, Becky. And, I was at your wedding, all those kind of things that, sometimes in life it's worth reconnecting with people, or just, keeping up with them. You and I have kept up on Facebook a little bit, and I see lots of my other friends. We had a lot of my Indiana friends yesterday, and I see some of you just watching. You're welcome to just watch, or you can join in on a conversation. Kind of helps with the topic when I know what you guys would like. We've talked about ruminating, also breaking the trauma bond, and some of the red flags that we overlook. Inconsistencies are what are something that we have to address when we start lowering our boundaries, or accepting people who give us that intermittent love. That it's not really love. It's a selfish thing, to where they're only there for us to meet their needs. And, people are trying to diagnose what this person is. Are they a psychopath, sociopath? And even it gets confusing, to where even psychologists, psychiatrists are kind of adjusting and changing what the diagnoses mean. So the most important thing is the relationship toxic? Is it salvageable? Big Swag is here again. I got to get back to you. I haven't answered my messages yet. I went to bed. I don't even know, like 4:30. I was going to go to bed earlier. It was so hot. I couldn't fall asleep yesterday, and I had to go to school. I was miserable at school today. Like I was starting to feel sick. My eyes didn't want to stay open. So as soon as I got home, I went right to bed. Had a migraine. I don't know if it's because I'm getting sick. Where you guys are, is there COVID going around? I don't know. But like I said, my skin is feeling weird. Your beautiful wife. Hi, Pumpkin. I forgot I got married. So Big Swag was on yesterday. So good to have you back. And I still don't know how this guest thing goes. Do you guys know how that goes? What is it? Where you just pop up in the little thing? And I don't know, like Kokoda, I don't know if you are requesting, or if it's TikTok requesting. I know on the other channels they won't be able to necessarily see, but they can hear. So that might be something to think about. I know Sunday I will be having her with me. Hopefully it'll be good weather so we can go outside, so you can see the lake in the background. I still haven't finished putting everything away, so sorry about the background. I need to get my little upstairs done. Want to get some creative stuff, but a lot of good things are going to happen this summer. I'm only working 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. You sent the request. I send the request, and you just accept it. You like my glasses? Guess where I got these? Because Hannah already logged off. My goodness, these are, well, back in the day, these were $1. They're $1.25 now. I got these at the dollar store, so thank you. I have them in black too. I think they're probably on my back patio. Yeah, I like the red ones, and I like my hot pink ones. So, oh, I got pop up. I have a package that's being delivered. So yeah, just $1.25, which is so plus tax. And yeah, I have so many different colors. Luckily, sometimes it just happens where I match my outfits with my glasses. I don't necessarily try to, but I'm very blessed because, I go to bed and I like fall asleep on them sometimes. My day was okay. I was just exhausted at work. I had a migraine for a couple hours, which isn't necessarily good. But then I went in the lake and I went swimming. So yeah, first year at this house and loving it. You're just in from a work event. Did you have to work extra long? Because right here it's 11:09 where I'm at, and I am going to start doing more Facebook Lives and YouTube, TikTok. So feel free to share some of the questions that you guys have. I'm here for you guys. Becky says, "Good to see you and hope how well you're doing. Chat more sometime soon." Becky, thanks so much for joining, and lots of love to you too. So. I'm looking back at what are some of the mistakes that I made, in these relationships. And depending on who our person is, sometimes we think that things are going good and it's turns out toxic. We're trying to communicate and we just can't get that connection. If you have a dismissive avoidant, or fearful avoidant, narcissist, that I'm in Michigan, that it pushes people away. And you're like, what the heck? I'm just trying to talk to them. So sometimes when we think, if I just give them more love or if I try harder, it's weird, but it pushes them further away. So is that the kind of relationship that you deserve? About the only time those work is if it's with another toxic person where they feel comfortable not connecting. And I had this one video I posted earlier. It's just silly, but it has these like little goldfish just kind of swimming around. And I had this thought that popped into my head that if you have fish and you take them out of their environment and you put them into this beautiful fresh water, let's say you kind of have it where it's the nice temperature or whatever, but it's not like the murky water, or it's got different kind of food and it's outside of what they're used to, what they're adjusted to, where they're going to thrive, even though it might not be as much as they could thrive in a healthy environment. It's sometimes too much of a shock that it could kill the fish. And when you're in a toxic relationship, a lot of us want to bring them into this wonderful purity, as an analogy with the waters, that they're uncomfortable. They don't want it. They want to get out and they want to get back to what is comfortable. Hi, Skylar. Nice having you here. And it's weird how some people thrive on that chaos. And no matter how much that we have to try to teach them that this is a better way of life, or if we just connect, or if we just communicate, they have to be willing. And making people feel safe. There are certain ways that you can try to work through things, but it gets into that toxic state with the reactive abuse. It's really hard not to react because now they've damaged our brain. And it just goes into such an uncomfortable situation for both people. And it comes out of the blue sometimes. You're just trying to have a normal conversation and you get attacked. Now you're walking on eggshells and your anxiety goes up. Your anxiety goes up. You're going to snap at your people or try to get your point across. And just a vicious circle. And it's sad, with Hoovers and all those things. You guys are showing me so much love. I love that. Yesterday, again, we did it where we got top 100% on TikTok. So that was fantastic. It made me very happy. 100% out of people on the amount of followers I have. So feel free to follow. I don't have a challenge up for today. Unlock vault gifts. What does that mean? Unlock vault gifts. Do you guys know what that means? I don't know what that means. You guys are great with the love, but we're going to try to rebuild the community where you guys have a safe space to talk with each other. I know on YouTube, I had a really good following, and I took about a year off where I wasn't able to log in. I was looking for a new house, family issues, where people were ill in my family, had to take care of them, also starting a new job and working 2 jobs actually. So a lot of things have gone on, but things are a little bit more settled. This might be the last year that I do summer school. I just want to enjoy life. Sometimes we work too much that, miss out on a lot of life. And I've worked so hard my whole life that it's time to enjoy it. Sometimes we have to take time for ourselves. And I've been doing so many more things and enjoying life so much better that it has helped in the healing process. It's sped it up. There is times where, I wish I could express how freeing it is, how much more alive you will feel. Am I off this weekend? Yes, I am. But tomorrow I'm getting the tree trimmed, which is going to cost like so much money. It's ridiculous. And then tomorrow I'm also watching a butterfly be set free. The lady who's coming over on Sunday has like a love for animals. So she had a caterpillar and it came out of the chrysalis and it's ready to spread its wings. You got to wait about 24 hours. And then Saturday night, I am seeing my friend Courtney. I'm going to have dinner at her place. And then Sunday. But the thing is am I off this weekend? For one thing, I want to spend time making some videos. But you want to come take you on a date in your Ram. What kind of, you got a truck? You got a car? What, are they all? They're Ram cars. Are they all trucks? It's so naive. At least I knew it's probably a truck. Do they have Ram cars? That I don't know. I don't think they do. My naivety is showing through. So I did grow up sheltered. I will tell you that. There's a lot of things I don't know. I had a friend who was trying out for The Sopranos, and he keeps telling me, he's Italian. And I'm like, what? Like, what does that have to do with The Sopranos? And he was in a band, and I'm encouraging him. I'm like, yeah, you'd be great. He's like, it's all the way over in North Carolina. I don't know if I should go audition. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you'd be great. What are you doing? He's like, sing. What are you talking about? He was talking about the mafia type show or whatever it was. But I was so naive. I didn't even know The Sopranos is, Italian gangsters. I thought it was, soprano, alto, tenor. Irvin is here. Oh, very nice. 2022. I bet that's nice. My goodness. Yeah, eventually I'm going to need to do something, and I don't know exactly what I want to get. But yeah, what about you? You're off this weekend? You're kind of far away though. So, there's so many different things to talk about. I got a lot of the demon face. Have you guys heard about the demon face syndrome? We started talking about that, where that's going around. Is there a spiritual something out there? What is causing the toxicity in life? Yes, I'm see how far it is. So yeah. What's your gas mileage though? But all these different things that we're starting to hear. And as I do more research, with the conspiracy theories and, are we going to go to war, and what do we believe, and all the scams that are out there, and AI, and just, people becoming more selfish, or, the different generations, there's generational gaps where people don't know how to communicate with each other. Are we overcompensating? That happens a lot. Debbie is here. Debbie has been amazing. Debbie has been giving me a lot of recipes. I posted a challenge too on my Facebook. You guys are free to post here too, where, if you want to either share some, other side of the state, not in Detroit, across, by Lake Michigan. So she's been sharing a lot of recipes, and some of them are like super tempting. And Michael is here. Michael's been a long time follower, friend. So good to have you. It's really nice seeing you guys. It's 11:18 where I am now. We had people from all over the world yesterday. 6 hours. Okay. That's kind of doable. Pain in the butt. Oh, pain in butt. And we got Jack joining us. But Debbie, how are things going with you? How was the little ones? And Debbie's been enjoying life too. She's been getting out there. And it's where we need to rebalance our serotonin, get off of that dopamine addiction, because we do have to wean ourselves off of that. That, if you start rebuilding your friends, and well, feel free to tell me what you want to talk about. We can talk about anything. What do you want to talk about, Pink? The Art of Floundering podcast. Peace and love. Good to have you here. The Art of Floundering podcast. What kind of things do you guys do? I love meeting new people. And you're doing good, NARC free. And it can take several years sometimes. And I'll tell you what, Pink, sometimes these conversations get really, really deep. And if there's anything you want to talk about, tell me what excites you. What kind of things do you like to talk about? Snake joined us. We've done anything from supernatural to toxic relationships, or Debbie's helping with the cooking, different challenges. And everybody's at different stages in life. So some people see other things. You say that you do immature puppet animations. You started doing it after a spine injury. Oh, so immature, are they just like silly little jokes? And sometimes the later it gets, the more slap happy. Pink, I just logged in, so hang in there because I'm about to get slap happy. Once it gets going, really good. Sometimes it goes, oh, we got some texts coming in, a lot of drama going on with my friends. Kind of breaks my heart though. I'd like to know, what kind of puppets do you have? I know I used to have puppets. I had a meowtain. What do I? That's a good joke. So I'll go ahead and share it. Michael says, what do you call a pile of cats? A meow thing. Meow, meow thing. There you go. Oh, and I got a new follower on TikTok. Thank you guys. Spreading the love for me. Can you send a request? I don't know how to like to just say hi. I'm not too sure on that. We'll have to, I don't know. Tell me what you want to tell me. Very silly, for adults only. It helped me distract myself from pain, etc. I hope to work with others. We could set something up. And they say laughter is the best medicine. Laughter sometimes they say has cured cancer. What goes on with our emotions, and it relates to our body, how we process things, how we heal. It's fascinating how even resetting your vagus nerves, there are things that can get us back on track. So you did something positive. You didn't feel helpless, and you couldn't, you took charge of your life, and you kept yourself busy and added that little silly flair. So for adults only, sometimes, being a little with a shock and awe, I get it. But how do you want to work with others in a therapeutic thing or through podcasts? I don't know. Big swag. I just get too scared. Right now, I do have more than one platform open, so it probably won't work too good right now. Slim Shady. I love Eminem. I love Eminem. I grew up 4 miles from him. I've actually been to the trailer park that he lived in, and yeah, it's pretty run down. I think I even know which trailer he was in, but yeah, that was not a good area. It was 4 miles. Well, it was 4 miles down and 3 miles up. So you go where I wasn't up. But yeah, it was not a good area where up. And that's pretty. Michigan can be Michiganians or Michiganders. I like calling us Michiganders too. And Michaela, Did I say it the right way? Hamtramck, Detroit. Got a lot of Polish people in that area, and Polish food if you like that. And 8 Mile. I like that movie, 8 Mile. I don't know. I like Eminem. I'm not so much as weird. I like him. I didn't like him necessarily with the blonde hair, but now he just looks so different. He was actually in my area for his daughter's wedding just recently. Yeah, they shut down like our whole city, basically, so his daughter could get married. You were born in Detroit. I was born outside of Detroit, but I went to school at Wayne University, so I know all about the Big D, the 313. And that's what the 313 is. That's the area code. It's interesting. I had, what was it? I started with the 313 area code when I was born. So it went 313, 586, 734. And there might have been one other one. But yeah, a lot of people, Detroit's changed a lot. I had a terrible experience in Detroit when I went there for a 4th of July, and right down by the river. And it was terrible. I was crossing the street, a lot of people there. There was cops lined all up so people could cross. And it was probably like 8 people. Michael says, is Eminem's trailer a tourist attraction? Not that I know of. Like Graceland? Oh, no, it's nowhere near like Graceland. No, I don't think there's anything set up. You're closer to Lake Michigan, but like to occasionally travel to Detroit. GTO is living in Charlotte, North Carolina, now all away from Detroit. Who do you like better? Do you like Charlotte? So no, it's nowhere near like Graceland at all. I don't think there's any tickets to it or anything like that. 269. I'm in the 269 area code, but back there, that area is not 269. West Michigan is 269. 269 used to be 616, not the 313. So yeah, you do like it better. That's good. Yeah, Lake Michigan, it's a different world between East and West Michigan. Same 269, my buddy. And but yeah, let me know what you guys want to talk about, because I was watching last night, scrolling through. Are you in the hood side? I teach in the hood side. Totally different worlds. Yeah, no, Detroit, Dark City, good or hood. There you go. I went to school, nursing school in Highland Park, which is per capita, like one of the most dangerous in Michigan. I'm in the 6th most dangerous city now, but I grew up in a good area. So I grew up very sheltered, and, seeing what is out there. My degree is in criminal justice, and then I added on a bunch of other stuff. But we had this one Detroit detective come in, and he was talking about the different gangs that are in Detroit. These were motorcycle gangs. There's also a lot of motorcyclists that are fantastic, but he went to talk about the different gangs, and I still remember it was terrible. There's one lady that was killed that looked just like me, and her body was naked and looked like me, but her face was smashed, and they took like this telephone pole type thing, and just all the crazy things that happened. Yeah, it's scary out there. There's a lot of gunfire going on. Worked for Champion Spark Plug Company in Detroit. Did you need those spark plugs? So there are some good things about Detroit. Last time I went to Detroit, I got COVID. I went to that Van Gogh thing. That was super expensive, and it was not worth it at all. But we went out to a nice restaurant, went with my friend, and ordered, a large meal. And couldn't eat it at all. We went to the thing, and she came back to my place to drive across state, and I just got so sick. That's when so that's the last time I felt so bad, though, because we had to drive like 3-4 hours across state, and I gave her COVID just sitting in the car. So Motor City, yes. And my dad was in the pretty much my whole family, and uncles and cousins and all that stuff were in the auto industry. So it's funny when you pull up to our family reunions, there's a bunch of the same like brand of cars. Kid Rock, he's actually from Royal Oak. I'm sorry, Royal Oak. There's Oak Park and Royal Oak. He's Royal Oak, which is also probably, what would that be? Probably 4 miles, 4 or 5. I was probably 5-6 miles from Kid Rock. A&W root beer stands in Detroit. Yeah, they used to have where you could drive up and were they on skates back then? I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a big thing, having root beer floats. If I go live, will you jump on mine? Maybe we could set up a time to do that. I forgot about that. What about Farrell's? Have you ever been to a Farrell's? We got Rod joining. I have a family member named Rod. I think you're somebody different. 1956. So if that's your birth year, it's somebody different, but they're kind of close. Good having you guys here. What are some of your favorite childhood memories or things that I don't know, either enlightened you or changed you or embarrassed you? Things that you never thought you could achieve. Did any of you predict where you would be in life right now? I know when I was choosing where to go to school, it was back then where, they didn't need teachers back then. And it's so weird, 20 years later that I'm a teacher now. And that's what I always wanted to do. Sometimes, you just got to have faith, follow your dream. I took the roundabout thing and made my life a little bit more difficult, but I saw a lot, did a lot, traveled all over the States. Aw, Michaela, thank you. Oh, you're making me happy. How sweet of you. Oh my gosh, 14, 15, 16, 17. You are amazing. Thank you so much. 20 fluffy hearts. I love that. That was really sweet. Just got the #1 glitter badge. Yeah, I love it. Sent a heart puff times 20. I see that. I appreciate that. I'm new to doing live on TikTok, but I know that's something special. Thank you. I'm trying to get to 10,000 on TikTok. Amy Rocky, we were just talking about friends from the past, and August 13th is coming up. Always remember your birthday. How you doing? Safety Patrol helps kids cross streets. Yes, they do. And Michaela, yeah, I appreciate that. We're just talking. We were just talking about reconnecting with people. And also how nice, Big Swag. I'm not going to do a live right now with you because I'm doing this one, but we can set that up. But like I said, we are going to hit 100% again tonight. I feel it. League D5. I think we're in the running. So, and I got more people following. You guys are amazing. It's still going to be going. Oh, it's still going to be what? The request? It didn't pop up. No, I'm not in Detroit right now. I'm across the state and just bought a lake house. It's an all sports lake. So I've been spending my time raking out seaweed. So finally, the last 2 days, I did get in and do some swimming as opposed to just raking out. I don't know if you guys saw my video of I had 10 yards of sand brought in, and it was so funny watching how I did it. I ended up using my whole body scraping down the sand to make my own little beach. Tom is here. Good to have you here. And I, am new to this lake life. I was out there with my friend and we're just enjoying the different creatures. There's some fish that we can see, and we're looking at these 3 turtles, and also it turns out it's a water snake. Oh my God, you're living my life. I got a lake house. That's all I've been doing lately. Michaela, tell her please. What did I miss? Tell her please, Michaela. Peace. Oh yeah. What? What did I do? Tell me please. What? Did I miss something? Lake life is amazing, but a lot of maintenance. Yes. Plus, I have a lot of people coming over, and so today I was going to get I got to do the upstairs. That boundaries, dude, boundaries. But even just finishing moving, I signed on this place April 1st, but I didn't move in till like May 17th. So it's still taking time. She's doing her own live. Calm down, Swag. Yeah, I think Swag kind of is excited about getting to know me. So because he's super tall. I'm 6'1". It's hard sometimes finding people in the same height area, but lake life is amazing. I bought a paddle boat. I had a friend donate a speedboat. So do you know where to find the, they call it something else, but like the VIN number on the trailer and then the boat, because I need to make sure that there's a clear title before it's okay, Swag, before I do any work on it. But I have a speedboat, 2 canoes, a rowboat, and yeah, so all the people that I know is come on over. So Amy, you are welcome to come across state. And Sandy and Randy time. Do you remember that? Amy and I had little code words to communicate with each other. I knew her when she was 8 years old. We were 8, right? And it was our moms that were friends for a while. And I didn't get to meet you for a long time. And I just remember she had 2 sisters. And I just kept remembering, like, you were in the middle. And I kept looking like, she's so beautiful. And I felt bad. There was a crack in your frame. And I just thought that was so unfair. But it's amazing how much that your granddaughter looks like your family. It's kind of neat seeing them. But sorry, Big Swag. We'll have to do it at a different time. Michaela says, I'm not 100% sure I was gifted a pontoon, and my dad takes care of all the extra stuff. My dad had it. My dad's passed away now, but he had a pontoon. I think he just gave it away. I don't know if he ever used it. If he did, it was one time. They bought a lake, but it was more grown, kind of like a pond type thing. But this one, very happy. I bought it in like March, closed on it April 1st. And Big says, no, this is just my dream idea, woman. I'm with you though. So what is it about me that you like? You just like that is that what it is? But a pontoon, that's the other thing. I'm really tempted to purchase a pontoon. My neighbor across the street is like, I'll let you do payments on it. I do have to get my roof replaced. Spending a lot of money on tree limbs that have to come down due to insurance reasons. And Michaela says, that's cute. Yeah, I'm curious. What is it about me? But you guys are fantastic. I love all the love. And, are you guys enjoying the summer? Are there any things that you guys are struggling with or things that you have noticed? I've noticed people trying their best sometimes, and there's just a disconnect. We are a lot of different people not understanding each other's love languages or communication, or we're coming from trauma. Sometimes too, like you can come from a good family, but it can still be traumatic when you get out in the world. If you've been too naive and you don't know necessarily how to handle it. There's also different ways of talking to people, different tones. Tall, beautiful, I'm very smart. You love my long hair. Thank you. Been very rough. That's a fact. Yeah. When we start thinking about what other people have gone through, that, sometimes we don't realize how hard it's been on other people too. We get caught up in ourselves, in our lives, that we want people to understand us, that we sometimes have to take a step back. and, to listen to understand instead of listen to respond. Michaela says, I'm in Florida right now. My grandfather, last week. There's a lot of that going on. Was his health issues or stressors? I'm sorry for that. There's so much of that going on. I'm sorry. That's definitely a lot to handle. I'm here, if you need somebody to talk to. Crochet lady, good to have you. There's a lot of cool crochet things. Have you seen that one lady? She crocheted a dress. That's kind of cool. Healthy stress. Oh, health and stress. He was stubborn. And that's why, I want to dedicate my life to helping people who do have these struggles. There are high incidences of that, to where people start to feel helpless, and, is it for attention? And there are warning signs. Can I ask, if you're not comfortable telling me this, were there any signs? Sometimes the signs are, they're happy all of a sudden. So we miss that something's going on in their life, or they're starting to give away a lot of their possessions, because that happens a lot of times when people are about to take that step, that they feel euphoric, relief. And, there's so many people who have tried it and not succeeded, that they're actually happy that it failed. And, there's ups and downs in life, and you did everything you could to prevent it. Many signs, he said he was going to do it for months. And sometimes too, sometimes things are out of our control. It's sad that, how our brain reacts to stressors. It can be painful when you're going through anxiety. Feels like a heart attack sometimes. Life happens. Yeah. And I hope, you can realize in yourself, a lot of times there's nothing we could have done, that, you can only try so much. So I'm sorry for your loss. And I hope your family's there for you. Sometimes speaking about it is helpful. Sometimes you need to be quiet and just process it on your own for a little bit. You're welcome. I know I just recently lost my father, and he was basically dying for several years. And it was weird, because I cried for years about my dad. I quit my job to take care of him. And I stayed with him for like 2 years, just living in the middle of nowhere. My parents had a beautiful place. It was 20 acres, but in 2 years, I didn't meet anybody. My cell phone didn't work out there. So I was pretty isolated. And, to get anywhere, it took me like hour and a half to get to Walmart to do any shopping. I didn't like the one thing that they had in town, because there's not enough stuff. But his passing was really weird. I cried for years, and he wanted to hang in so, he could walk me down the aisle. And, he was hanging in there for me. He was hanging in there for my mom. And then also he was very religious, and he wanted to spread the word to some Chinese people that he was teaching English to. And that was his goal, for other people. And eventually he was like, he had to have a toe amputated. He had a leg amputated, but he needed another toe amputated. And he went in, and they found like a terrible infection in his shoulder. So they decided to do the shoulder first. I think it was a worse infection. And caring for a loved one is not easy. Yeah, he did stay until he was ready. He tried and tried. And then he was in so much pain. He had those phantom pains. He also had like neuropathy. He had 2 different types of leukemia, pacemaker, diabetes, on and on, heart problems. But he wanted to be there for others. He was so giving. And that he had this dream that he was always like a truth seeker, especially with religion. But he dream where there were all these Post-it notes, and some had all the answers, some had like vague kind of gist of it answers, and then there was another set of post-it notes where it was illegible to where you couldn't understand like what's the answer. And he finally had a peace in his heart that you're not always know all the answers. And that's when he was able to kind of release this. He was like on a lifelong mission to understand everything. And he also had a dream about this certain red color. It was very interesting. It was a blanket that my sister had crocheted. And I don't think my dad had seen it because it was given to my mom and he was in the hospital, but he had this dream and that was like his comfort, and it was just beautiful. But when he passed, I had COVID at the time. Everybody else in my family was able to go visit him in the hospital, but I had to stay home. I had COVID. But we're in today's day and age, I was able to Zoom call with him. Dreams are powerful. I've had answers brought to me in my dream to where, Amy, I know you know my friend Mike, who is a girl. She went by like Michael Blair or whatever. She went by Michael or Mike, but she was searching for somebody who was down in Florida, and we were like 16 or something at the time. And I shared. Oh, thank you for sharing. I forget you guys can do that. Yes, share the live, encourage more viewers. Thank you for doing Cookie Ghost. Ooh, that's an Alpha Kenny body. Alpha Kenny body. And Mr. Lemon is here. Good to have you guys. What was I going to say though? So I had a dream about going to the library, getting a phone book, and looking up the city and looking up we knew his first and last name. This was back in '86 when we didn't have the internet like this. It was really hard to get information. We didn't know the city. So we went through the different phone books at the library for Florida, and we got his number. I would have never thought of that. I was 16. How did I get that answer? And she was able to connect with him. So it was pretty cool. My glasses are too bright. There you go. How's that? So you don't like the red color, or is it something else about them? I got different ones. I got like 100 of them. Sofa King, Todd did. Sofa King. Thank you for liking the live. You guys are awesome. Say it fast. Oh, be nice. Oh, you're silly. I'll have everybody else say it fast. I know what you're saying. Cookie goes, I got it. Yeah, I got it. And I had somebody else trying to catch me. I'm usually, and I remember I teach teenagers. So I can to the jokes. That one took me a little bit. You had to tell me to say it fast, otherwise I kept saying. You caught me on the first one. Yeah, kind of did. I'll admit to it. And it's fun to be playful. Oh, we got Michael Kors. Hi, MK. Or Mary Kate. But yeah, can you put your hands above your head and spell image and then say light bulb? Can you do that? Spell image. Do that. Spell image and then say light bulb. I am a GE light bulb. And whenever I do that, like, that's a brand, General Electric. A lot of people, I don't know. Yeah, the young people don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe it was just different commercials. For whatever reason, when I was young, I knew what GE, General Electric was. But, and then like how many letters in the alphabet? You guys know how many letters are in the alphabet? 22. JR got shot and ET went home. But do you guys even know who JR is? Amy does. Amy would know. 1, 3. Cookie Ghost and Flying Firefly. We talked about fireflies. If you eat 7 or 8 fireflies, you'll die. Junior. You guys confuse me. 98. You were a junior in 98? No, Cookie Ghost. 1307. That's junior. Guys are confusing me. I love it. And but I wonder who had the hottest. A friend of mine posted, what did they have? 103 degrees today, I think. Oh, that's the alphabet. No, 22. Wait, who would eat fireflies? Exactly. I know. Yeah. They say that you eat like 8 spiders a year. You have not eaten 10. Ugh. I don't even think. But yeah, people were talking like to see if their poop would glow and things like that. But don't do that. It will kill you. It's toxic. You are not on your 11. Oh, is that Sweetness? I can't see your profile picture. I think that's somebody different, but I have a friend named Sweetness. Ha ha ha. And it's interesting. Like TikTok has been blowing up. My Facebook people are joining. I don't know what's up with YouTube. YouTube's been quiet. Kick rocks. Be nice. You guys ever skip rocks? How does that go though? Like Killer Whale Girl? Oh my goodness, what kind of name is that? She started it. Cookie Ghost, how old are you? You got a young spirit. I can tell that. Oh God, 88. You're 88. I'm not believing that. How does that go with the invites and flip flops? Yeah, where I'm at now, been using some water shoes. But we have a topic going on. Have I ever done yoga? I teach aerobics. I don't really do yoga, but I see people joining. Feel free to let me know if you guys have any questions. We were able to help a lot of people last time. And do you like yoga? It was weird. They were talking about yoga and opening up your body to like portals for demons. Have you guys ever heard about that? No, I have never had that happen. We have to be appropriate. And Big Swag, did you leave me for a little bit? Good to have you back. I'm not putting my body up to some jelly beans right now. That's good. You're a certified yoga instructor. You just took the classes in college. Are you really? I know you're very fit. I did check out your profile, Big Swag. And have you guys ever heard like all the different positions? But I guess a lot of people feel a lot of better about, like loosening up their joints and stuff. Guys are so silly. So, yeah, they have some interesting positions. I want to do my tap time again. I like doing that. But in all seriousness, that we were talking about the rumination yesterday, and you have to wean yourself from it because the brain has been damaged. And that's why when we talk about how the trauma bond happens, that avoiding it, continuing is extremely important. And I'm sorry if you guys can let me know if the connection is slow. I see some people with a little bit of slow connection. I told you I am paying almost $200 just for internet. I upgraded as much as I could yesterday, and that was an extra $80. So almost $200 for internet. Jelly beans. Do you guys like the black jelly beans? I know my mom's a big licorice fan. They had ferals. Did you guys ever have ferals by you? They had these super long 6-8 foot ropes of licorice. And that was a place that I had some good memories on. You like the popcorn flavor. We had growing up too, we had all different flavors of popcorn. There was a place that was pretty popular for a while. It's pretty expensive. You had like blueberry popcorn and all different kinds. But they were talking about with the DSM-5, how some of the the diagnose criteria that they have are outdated. And a lot of my viewers are trying to figure out, you know, is my person a narcissist? Was I the narcissist? And the best that we can do, you know, unless you go see a therapist or psychiatrist, go through the different personality tests, that, you know, we just have to realize what our shortcomings are, how we can start to heal, start taking accountability for certain things. And sometimes just perception, sometimes talking through it to get a different view on it. Sometimes we have different sensitivities that inhibit us. So if you struggle at all with low self-esteem, that, you know, sometimes you can be a little bit more sensitive to certain things, and it's not necessarily the person's intention. Most of the time you can talk to somebody and understand. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, there's already broken trust, you know, so anything that they tell you is not going to feel truthful. Sometimes they do tell the truth, but very seldom. And they've been doing a lot of things on psychopaths, sociopaths, that, you know, it's where they 100% don't care, which is a little bit different than a narcissist. You know, they're psychopaths, sociopaths are extremely dangerous because they have no remorse, and they get a thrill off of it sometimes. And you can see it kind of in some smiles. Now, I was watching Judge Judy today, and it's like I said, I'm a high school teacher. And when I deal with the kids, their coping mechanisms. Also, you know, I was watching a kid today, and she had like a meltdown, and she was trying to blame me for her not following directions. And just the way that the excuses, the emotions, that you can see the brain of a narcissist is, they talk about it being in that stunted state. And if you see kids, how they justify things or try to hide things, or the things that they find funny, that it is so similar to a narcissist. That as a teenager, you're testing the boundaries, and usually you kind of adapt to society. Also, I was watching something about one lady who was talking about wanting to be her authentic self, and people would give her a really hard time when she was in high emotions. A lot of times high emotions are uncomfortable, and that's why we need to, you know, kind of control our emotions, because there's nothing wrong with agitated. There's nothing wrong with feeling upset, confused, whatever it is you're feeling. Process it, how we present it. And make whatever for dinner, and differently, it's going to be perceived, received differently. So I think me and my husband just found out our TikTok crush. Is that me? Could it be me? 565656. Stephen is here. Good to have you guys. So I see both of you. Uh-oh. Good to have you. The profile pictures are so small. I don't even know if there's a face on yours, but thank you guys for joining. We're blowing it up tonight. We are League D5. Leon set up a new goal, daily ranking. I think we're doing it, guys. Campaigns, how do those work? I got the love coming, and you know, we're just here chit-chatting. Let me know what times work for you guys. I'd like to start doing 1, 2, 3, 4 hours with you guys. I do like to address important topics. We've been kind of just chit-chatting, but to where we really kind of get vulnerable. And, you know, I see a lot of estranged families, a lot of lost relationships, and you know, we got to weed through. Is it something that can be repaired? Is it something healthy to do? Even if you've dealt with a narcissist, there are times that we let some of our people go. And are you one-on-one on other phone. No. I do one-on-ones. I do have one-on-ones available, but no, right now I don't have anybody on one-on-one. I got 3 devices going right now. Playboy. Uh-oh, how'd you get that name? Is that what you mean if you're asking if I have a one-on-one on a different phone? No, I'm just reading the different topics that you guys are coming up. And I saw one lady that was a medium or a psychic last night. And, I was kind of watching her just to see what she would say. Oh, did I do it the right way? No, I didn't. That might be part of the problem. I updated it. I don't like that on YouTube. They have top chat and live chat. So it doesn't show all the whatchamacallit. You were trying to get on and chat. On a different Big Swag, are you talking on TikTok or are you talking on a different platform? So tell me what you want to chat about. Tell me what topics you like. I've just had some bad luck where, unless I, kind of interview people and know where it's going, because, I've had some hackers. Not that you're a hacker. It's just makes me feel more comfortable when I know where the topic is going. So, because a lot of my viewers are here to kind of understand relationships. We all want that perfect love, or we all want families that get along better, or even just dealing with the different things that we've gone through. And it is interesting. For so many years, I'm also certified to teach psychology. Don't matter at this point. I promise. I'm very respectful. I think you are. Yeah, we'll have to do like a different kind of one-on-one. Maybe set up a Zoom call and I can upload it. But there's also a lot. It was interesting. I talked about some of the different scams on there out in the internet. And there was Keanu Reeves, who that's a whole story in itself. But it was interesting to see how the people tried to scam you. And I was just playing along with it. Because I knew it was a scam. It was so obvious it was a scam. He should have picked up on it, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you to call me. And I can't believe it's happening. Like, it was so obvious that I knew it was a scam. But there are people being like kidnapped and promised a job internationally. And, their lives are at risk. Can we do a Zoom after this live? Oh my gosh, it's already 12 o'clock. It's already midnight. We're going to have to do it at a different time. So maybe next week. Hello, good to have you. And Vern and Lansing. Lansing, you're not that far away from me. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. And liking. Feel free to share, spread the word. I'm trying to get to 10,000. We have been on the top for my level of followers. So I wish I did this way back when COVID was going on. I like to get creative. So I'm trying to feel out on, where to take this, because I want this to be helpful for as many people as possible. I also teach English as a second language. I have a channel on that. I have a channel. That's your last name? Well, there's a city in Michigan named after you. That's cool. Do you know the meaning behind Lansing by any chance? I don't. What about you, Amy? Do you know what Lansing? Sometimes it's interesting to know what certain words mean. I'm fascinated with words. I went to church with a guy who studied the origins of words. And I was always thinking, you're from Iowa. Interesting. Yeah, Michigan. That's our capital. That's the capital of Michigan is Lansing. That's why I think it might be something profound. I didn't know. I went to Cooley Law School in Lansing, Michigan. But I love hearing where everybody's from. Yesterday we had people from like Kenya and We got all different states. And thank you guys for liking the live. That helps get the algorithm. I see 2 people have shared to spread the word and get more people on. But I started talking about, I'm all over the place, the psychic medium and also the demon face syndrome that's going on. Have you guys heard about that? But the medium was talking to this one lady, and supposedly she had a connection with, and of course, I'm hearing sounds right now when I talk about this kind of stuff. But she was talking and, kind of pulling up things. I'm trying to see, I want to understand how legit this is. As far as the demon face syndrome, I shared that story about the person sitting across from me had told me to look in their eyes and they're going to transform, shapeshift. And I'm thinking he's full of crap. And I see this like werewolf, and I'm not into werewolves or vampires. That doesn't even exist in my head. And it was interesting to see how it was weird. Was it because my brain was trying to process something, reaching for something? I didn't think it would happen, but it did. So is that part of like this demon face syndrome? Is it something that actually happens, or is it something in our mind? Am I anti-vampire? Maybe. Yeah. They didn't hire me for Buffy's spot. So no. Am I anti-vampire? I'm just not into it. So, and Richard, thank you for following. You too. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Big Swag seems like I'm gonna have to take a chance on love and jump in my truck to hit the highway. Oh, that's a long drive. But yeah, 6 hours is a long drive. But yeah, I don't even know. I can't remember where you're coming. I'm trying to remember what state you're in now. You didn't say Ohio, did you? I thought it was like a Carolina or something. But yeah, I'm in the process of getting this house ready, and so yeah, what do you guys think about online dating anyways? I have not seen anything positive about it, but there's people, Kentucky, that's what it was. That makes sense now. That's ringing a bell. And we talked about how I have gotten so many flat tires in Kentucky, right by the Dunkin' Donuts by Elizabethtown. But I had a friend today who said, maybe I should try Facebook dating. And it's really, that's why knowing what the red flags are so important, because it can be dangerous. It can be life-threatening. Teacher friend of mine, she got married. She was from a different country, and her man found her on Facebook, and they ended up getting married. So there are times that it does work, but that's crazy too, to meet somebody across the world. So Vincent, good to have you here. How do you guys get rid of headaches? I have had a headache all day. It was a migraine. It got better, and now it's starting to like bug me. Maybe it's because I'm tired. And what about you guys know how to stay cool? This is the first time I haven't had air conditioning in the place that I live. So I've seen all these different units. I don't know if I should just go full central air. I want to wait till next year because I do got to fix the roof first. But hi, Scorpio. So Scorpio, is that a nickname or is that your sign? What do you guys think about signs too? Because like horoscopes, a lot of times they seem to just, be pretty general or say what you want to hear. But it's interesting on different times of the year that you were born? Does it have something to do with the weather? Or did you get more attention? If you were a winter baby, that you were snuggled a little bit more. Are you more adventurous because you were a summer baby? All those kind of things kind of makes you wonder, because our childhood does affect us. And there are times you can go, oh my gosh, because, there's, certain ones that seem pretty spot on. The Duke, good to have you. The Duke. I know Amy had a crush on the Duke. John Schneider. Dukes at Hazzard. What do you guys think about when Jessica Simpson was Daisy Duke? Isn't that who did it? It was Jessica Simpson, right? Big Swag says, I feel like it's sometimes, but shouldn't define a person completely. I'll agree with that. Yeah. And, we got to get to know people. Meet your live pros. What does that mean? I don't know what all this stuff is. So Facebook, if you can tell me if you guys have a decent connection, it popped up with a slow connection. There's not much I can do about it. I've already upgraded. I've spent an extra, like legitimately $100 extra a month to try to get it. So hopefully, I need you guys to help me get back up to D5, which is better, D5, D4. So we either went up or we went down. The man in the house. Welcome. Good to have you here. But where do you guys meet people to date? Or where are some success stories? I know a lot of us are just searching for love, and sometimes, it's hard to find someone. And that's why it's important to maintain your social network so you can get out there and enjoy life and meet some people. Sometimes you got to get that self-esteem back up so you feel confident. I went to what's it called? It's not a revival. It's a word I don't use that much, but it's like a spirit, like a release of any like devilish. What's the word for it? I want to say it begins with the letter D, but that they were, some of the girls that were there were talking about like this spirit husband, and it was really weird. They're like, am I having sex with a spirit husband? I feel like, but I think what that's about, unless, I don't know, you hear these stories where people like actually think that they had actual sex. I don't know if that's more poetic. Definitely add me on Facebook. You're going to have to follow me. I can't add any more friends, but you can follow me. Cynthia Schiller, Schiller. As long as you spell Schiller right, you'll see me. Cynthia Schiller, Schiller. So yeah, you guys are welcome to follow me. That would be nice. And, it's a small world, and it's amazing how many people you can really So Cynthia, Cynthia, Schiller, Schiller. And just, I got the tonsil tickling tool. You do. A lot of you guys do. Naughty boy. So, C. Shanders, is that how I say that? Shanders, C. Shanders. Where everybody's from, I like to know. I'm curious. So the daily ranking, we were doing really good. Popular Live, we're doing it, guys. Feel free to hit that like and share. What is the Oh, Chucky just joined us. Good to have you here. And it's just an open chat. We can talk about whatever you guys would like to talk about. I'm not. Daniel is here. Yeah, TikTok, you guys are naughty. TikTok's being naughty. My Facebook, those are like my friends joining me. And then I don't know what's up with YouTube. YouTube's been quiet. I have to check with the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys can hear me on YouTube, please, if you can, feel free to say hello so I know the connection is good. Unfortunately, we'll go ahead and double check. And I see the love. Thank you for that. I appreciate the likes and the love. Snow Dog, can I keep a secret? Yes, I can keep a secret. Go ahead and tell me. Hi, Gary. Nice to have you. And like I said, it's open chat. We can talk about things that can, enhance our lives. I wonder what it is. Hi, Soma. Okay, just between us two, I love. You're silly. Okay, I won't tell anybody. I'll keep that a secret. So. Got too tired. You got too tired what? Tonight or yesterday? You got too tired? I was too tired this morning. I could not keep my eyes open. So I do appreciate it if you guys keep it appropriate. I do want this to be where it helps people. It's not meant for like sexual flirting. It's to really get to the issues, for us to understand our worth. And that's part of it is to respect each other. Now I might need a moderator. Coming up, and that's the thing is I don't necessarily like doing that, but I have had people offer to do that. I know sometimes we're just having fun. We're just playing around, but it kind of takes away. Good night. Oh my gosh. Tonight you got too tired. Are you leaving already? All right, Gary, sleep well. But Thunderhawk, there you go. But, when we increase our self-esteem, our empowerment, our boundaries, that's okay, Gary. I understand, and that's where the boundaries are, because I can let this go all over the place and sexual innuendos and all those kind of things. But a lot of my people are trauma victims and, 1 in 8 women, if not more, I think it's like every woman almost has been sexually assaulted and things like that. So, and I know sometimes you guys are just playing, but, yeah, the people that I deal with have had a lot of trauma and, with dealing with narcissism, there's a lot that have been cheated on and just trying to get through the trauma, trying to rewire our brains and trying to find our quality people who have our backs and can respect us. So, we talked about the rumination and, the compartmentalization is hard to understand too, because some people are able to live separate lives. And it's like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And all right, you're awesome, Gary. I appreciate that. Danny, thank you for following and joining. I appreciate that. And how does it? I don't know how the guests go. And thank you. I appreciate you sharing the live. That does help. I'm new to this. I don't know exactly. Does it just pop up? Is it from any tags that I use? I kind of gave up on Instagram. I've been doing really well on everything except Instagram. Somehow I must have like some kind of block. I only have about 200. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. Danny says I'm beautiful. And, but Instagram, I don't know. It's just not really going anywhere. I see. Thanks. So where are we right now? We're in League D4. How does it go? Is D1 the best or is D1 the lowest and goes up? Yes, I am single. By choice. And that's the thing. Like, I want to make sure that I'm fair to whoever I end up with, that I am healed from the things that I've been through. And, I don't want somebody to feel like they're an option. When you say, can we hook up? A lot of times that means like sexual, can we just fuck? But if I'm with somebody that I am looking Are you like a person that helps people with problems? Yes, I am certified in trauma, certified in relationships, certified in health and that kind of stuff. So anybody. So eyes are, I definitely am not in a rush to just be with someone. So it takes a while to get to know people, you know. And if you guys can share, how did you know you were the right person? Because that butterflies that we were talking about is okay in the beginning, but there comes a time where it's not healthy. You'll take care of me. Okay, there you go. I'll give you my credit card numbers and you can pay them. Just kidding. But yeah, finding the right person is hard, and sometimes, how they say that you're not too needy because a narcissist, if you've been with them, they make you needy because you're just trying to be heard and you're trying to understand. Great done. Oh, I've done live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. I don't know. You guys want to take a break? I think we can keep going. Do you guys, what is this gamer stuff? I've never done gamer kind of stuff. So Martin joining, Kelly is here, but over this summer, I want to dedicate a lot of time to rebuilding the community that I had because a lot of people ended up with lifelong friendships and hopefully lifelong for a long period of time. And it's good to have you guys though. So we did do an hour and a half. It is 12:19. So I'm going to go ahead and log off and thank you guys for joining. I will do another live tomorrow. Thanks so much. And feel free to share your topics. I do see on YouTube somebody's here. If you want to type in, I will stay on for you. If you have a topic you would like to talk about, I don't mind doing that. I'll give you a few minutes. If there's something that you want to discuss or hear more about, because today I was restudying the different areas of our brain and the developmental stages. And you can see with our narcissists on where they are stuck in the developmental with your, your prefrontal cortex and, the gray matter and the amygdala and the dopamine hits and how we get addicted to people. And why it's difficult. Grover, is good to see you. So thank you for joining. I hate to log off when I have so many of you here. But like I said on YouTube, if you want to, I think they thought I was leaving deep. There you go. All right, guys, thanks so much. And I can't wait to do the next live. I'll try to be here tomorrow. And I will see you guys again soon. Have a good night.